Welcome back to another episode of Becoming an Online Sales Queen. This is the podcast where we help you to step more powerfully into your sales queen era so that sales come more easily, more effortlessly, you have more fun making sales, and you just feel better at it. So thank you for coming back to listen. And if you're brand new here, welcome. This week's episode is all about group programs. And this has come off the back of a few conversations that I had last week after I ran my 50K Freedom Formula workshop, which was all about how to craft a scalable group program, how to sell it out, and how to scale it all the way to 50K months. So I've called this week's episode the one thing that is guaranteed to stop you from scaling to 20 to 50K months with your group. And so this has come off the back of a few of you asking me the question, well, Rach, I've got a group program, but I just can't seem to scale it. I just can't seem to attract enough people in there. People join, then they leave, and it never really gets above a certain number of students, a certain number of enrollments, okay? So I want to reveal the one thing that maybe is going on for you right now. If you've got a group program that you just don't seem to be able to scale, I mean, there's a few things that could be going on. Maybe your group program isn't long enough. Maybe you are only doing cohort groups rather than evergreen groups. But if you've already if you're already feeling like you've got that nailed, if you're already like running a group that's like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months long, if you're already doing monthly payment plans, if you're already like really comfortable launching your group, but you just can't seem to get above a certain number of people, then here's what I think is going on for you. And the minute I say this, you may instantly connect with it. You may instantly go, oh, that is what's going on, yeah? But up until this point, maybe you haven't realized. You have an inner belief that more people in your group will make it worse. Okay, the reason that your group program is not scaling, the reason that your monthly recurring revenue has not hit 20K, 30K, 50K a month from your group is because you have a limiting belief. You have a belief that when you enroll more students, your group will be worse. It will be a worse place for people to be. Now, that could be hinged off a few different beliefs that you have. It may be that you think your current clients in the group will start to feel invisible. It might be that you think that having too many people in the group will feel really hard for you. Maybe you have a limiting belief that you don't want to log into a Zoom call and see 40 faces staring back at you, that you're much more comfortable seeing 8 faces staring back at you. Yeah. But maybe you haven't realized that before. Now, I meet lots and lots of coaches who want to scale their group programs. And I know that this inner belief, not only do I know that it will get in the way, not only do I connect with it because I've had that feeling myself, but I also know that a lot of coaches have this feeling, but it just sort of goes unnoticed. You don't even realize that that is what's guiding your decision making when it comes to enrolling into your group. So you keep yourself stuck in this cycle of, oh, well, I'll just do a 12-week cohort. I'll just do an 8-week cohort. And of course, when the cohort ends, you force yourself back into a launch cycle. You force yourself back into having to re-enroll that group. And what might make this even worse for you is that when people finish that 8-week cohort or 10-week or 12-week cohort with you, they're actually saying things to you like, oh, I'm really going to miss our calls. I'm really going to miss working with you. Do you have anything else? Do you have another program coming out soon? If you know that your clients are getting to the end of a cohort and they're not ready to go, but you don't have another program for them to go into, you are seriously leaving cash on the table. Yeah, that hell cliche, leaving money on the table, but you are. And what you really need to do instead is lengthen your group, make your powerful program promise bigger so that your group could be a 6-month or even a 12-month program. And what that's going to do is it's going to get you out of that feast and famine launch cycle. It's going to get you out of continually feeling like you've got to come up with brand new cohorts, brand new micro programs, brand new sprints. And instead, you will have that one high impact, scalable group that you become really well known for, that people come in for 6 months and then they don't leave and say, I'm really going to miss this, because they've had 6 months with you. Now, it might mean that you need to have a bigger program promise. It might mean that you need to rethink your curriculum. But I promise you, if you want to grow your monthly recurring revenue, if your number one goal is to scale your group, selling out micros, sprints, cohorts is not your best friend. What you really need to do is create an evergreen, always enrolling, always open, scalable group for at least 6 months long. Okay. So this inner belief that you've got that, oh, if my group gets too big, my students won't like it, my clients will feel invisible, they won't get results, they'll wish that they'd done one-to-one. Maybe you even blow this up even bigger in your mind and say, they'll ask for a refund, they'll tell everybody it wasn't good, I'll be known as that coach that ran the really crappy group coaching program. And you don't want all of that, so you keep yourself small. You keep yourself small doing 3-week micro programs because that feels safe. But unless you have the 6-month plus group coaching program or mastermind to enroll people into, your micro programs are then your money earner, where really your micro programs should be a springboard offer. That's why I run micro programs, because people use that as a springboard to come and test what it's like to work with me. I'll go and do Rachel's 3-week sprint, see what it's like to be in her energy, then I'll decide whether to join her mastermind or not. Okay? So what I don't want for you is for you to keep yourself small, keep yourself stifled, keep your earning potential low, keep your monthly revenue from growing. I don't want you to keep yourself stuck doing micro programs and sprints until you've then got a evergreen, scalable group to then enroll them into. So people get to the end of a 3-week sprint with you and say, that was flipping amazing. What else can I learn with you? Tell me about your mastermind. Okay. So I want you to really think, if this resonates with you, if you're like, oh my God, I do have that belief. I do have that inner belief that people will think if there's, 40, 50 people in my group that it's not a good place to be, then I want to tell you how to fix it. I want to tell you how to fix it. The way to fix it all lies in the structure of your group, because you don't have to structure it the way it was originally structured. So when you enrolled your first 8, 10, 12 clients, that doesn't have to be the structure forevermore. You can evolve the structure. You can flex and condense the structure of your group to suit the number of people in it. So in my mastermind, we have 3 calls a week on 3 weeks of the month. So my mastermind girls get 9 opportunities to be in a live call with me where we get into Q&A, conversation, sharing, wins, celebrations, commiserations. We do it all on those 9 calls. Sometimes I teach, I train. Sometimes I'm sharing my screen. Sometimes I'm walking them through, back office things that I use, things like, sharing my Asana boards with them. But on those 9 calls, we do everything that we need to do. But there hasn't always been 9 calls. I didn't launch my first cohort and say, okay, I'm going to show up 9 times a month for you. I started off showing up once a week. And then it evolved to 9 calls based on the number of people I had in there and the amount of proximity that I wanted to give to those ladies. Okay. So if you have this feeling that, I don't want to have too many people, it's going to make it a worse place to be, I don't want refund requests, I don't want, a bad reputation, you're keeping yourself small. And what you really need to do is work with somebody like me. Of course, it doesn't have to be me, but I would love it to be me. If you want to message me, ask me about your group, ask what would make it truly scalable. All you need to do is work on the structure of it, and that will make it scalable. Okay. Now, if you do have a group coaching program or you want to launch one and you want to make it scalable, you want to restructure it, you want to put new energy behind it, you want to put a new launch plan behind it, you want to build a funnel to sell it out every single month without fail so that your monthly recurring revenue stacks, then I'd love you to reach out to me. I'd love to support you to scale your group. I'm already helping so many of my clients build out new masterminds, scale their groups, scale their masterminds. One of my clients, she was in my mastermind. Oh, she's been there over 2 years. And there you go. See, that's a great example. It's a 6-month mastermind. She's been in it for 2 years, and she's upgraded to my millionaire mastermind. So we've grown together. We've progressed together. She was sitting on her mastermind for ages. And I think I might have told you this story before, so ignore me if I have. But she was sat on the mastermind, and I was saying to her, you're ready for a mastermind. I see it. I see your clients. They're ready for it. Now's the time. And she was like, oh, Rach, I'm not sure I could do that. It feels like a really grown up thing to do. The minute we launched her mastermind, she banked 40K in a week. Her clients, her audience were screaming out for that mastermind, and she was stalling on it because she didn't feel ready. Okay. So if you want me to help see your blind spots, if you want me to help see the opportunities that might be staring you in the face, but you might be ignoring them because you have some limiting beliefs, or maybe you have some strategic blocks where you're like, well, I do notice that that's a thing, but I don't know how to navigate around it, then come and get my opinion, okay? If my mastermind is or isn't right for you, don't worry, we can chat about that, but at least just come and get my opinion so that you can move forward and make some progress. I really hope this episode has been useful. If any of your friends, your business besties have got group programs and you feel that this episode relates to where they're at, maybe you notice their limiting beliefs around scaling it and adding more people into their group, please do share this episode with them, because I'd love to get the Becoming an Online Sales Queen podcast out there to more and more and more people. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do for me, if I may, is if you have a group, if you are running a group, or maybe you even host a Facebook community or some other community, and you would like to invite me to come in and run a guest expert training for you, I would love to do that to support you, okay? As long as you let me talk about the podcast and share the podcast link so that we can attract more listeners to the show, then I will come for free and run a guest expert training for your community, okay? So if you have that community, just reach out to me on Instagram at Rach Howarth is my handle. I'll put it in the show notes below, and we can have a chat about me coming into your group and running a high vibe, high impact training to support them with sales as well. Okay. So thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next week.